So, hello, great people, African travel again. Today is a beautiful day, and I'm happy to bring you the contest of the Titans. This is two of the major cities in East Africa, greatly competing against each other. For the longest time, Nairobi has had the monopoly of being the best capital city in this side of Eastern Africa. But in the recent past, Addis Ababa has had a major facelift, making it one of the best cities in East Africa, if not the best. So, with today's video, I'm going to share with you, and you guys are going to tell us which one is the best city in the East African region. This is a friendly contest. So, guys, I know we normally say you don't fight with our brothers, and Kenya and Ethiopia are one of the most friendly countries and friendly neighbors. But this is just a contest to show who's doing better in terms of the different dynamics we're going to share together. So, stick around. So, the two capitals, two vibes, one continent. Today we are pitting Addis Ababa and Nairobi, two of East Africa's most powerful cities head to head. From skyline to street foods, jobs to nightlife. And you're going to tell us which one really wins. So stay tuned. Addis Ababa versus Nairobi at the ultimate city face-off. Hit the subscribe button and let's go. Let's delve into the skyline. Nairobi has about 18 skyscrapers and is the second city in Africa with the highest number of skyscrapers. And we also have a good number still under construction. Nairobi right now is literally under construction in terms of skyline. So on the other side, Addis Ababa has less than 5 skyscrapers. These are buildings above 100 meters. But one thing about Ethiopia, there's a building, Ethiopian Electric Powerhouse. It's still under construction and is projected to be among the tallest building in Africa. It will be about 62 floors, which is about 327 meters. 327.5 meters, be the tallest in East Africa. So in terms of easiness of doing business, world ranking, so Kenya's doing business score is at 73.2, really good. World ranking at number 56. Ethiopia on the other side, easiness of doing business is at 48. World ranking number is at 159. So here we give Kenya. Population projection in 2025. So Kenya is about 57.5 million people, whereas Ethiopia has 135.5 million people. So this is more than double the population of Kenya. So Nairobi has about 5.7 million people, and Addis Ababa has 5.9 million people. Very close in terms of population. But Addis Ababa has an age over Nairobi. So let's look at the number of millionaires. So Kenya, so 2025, had around 6,800 millionaires, which was fifth in Africa, millionaires, while Ethiopia had 2,400 millionaires. So Ethiopia was number 10 in Africa, while Nairobi was number 5 in Africa. Nairobi itself, the city of Nairobi had 4,200 millionaires, while Addis Ababa had around 2,100 millionaires. So in terms of billionaires, Kenya has 0 billionaires, $0 billionaires, while Ethiopia had $1 billionaire. So this is Mohammed Hussein Al-Moudi, is by far the wealthiest Ethiopian born individual with an estimated net worth of $8 to $10 billion. His empire stretches across mining, oil, real estate, construction, and agriculture through his company Midrock Group. So in terms of centimillionaires, so these are individuals with over $100 million. And when I'm saying millionaires or millionaires, this is in terms of dollars. So Kenya has 16 centimillionaires, people with over 100 million USD, and Ethiopia has 7. Yep. Economy. Kenya has a higher GDP than Ethiopia in 2025 at 131.67, ranked number 6 in Africa, while Ethiopia 117.46, ranked number 7th in Africa. This is after a huge drop due to currency depreciation. So Ethiopia had some currency depreciation this year because Ethiopia lost over 30% of its GDP just due to currency depreciation. In 2024, 2023, Ethiopia had a bigger economy than Kenya, but due to the currency depreciation, there was a huge drop in Ethiopia. So if you happen to be traveling across Africa, the two nations have a very extensive air transport system. They're among the kings of Africa. Compare Kenya Airways versus Ethiopian Airways, which are among the key airlines in Africa. Ethiopia Airlines is currently the best in Africa with the widest fleet and highest amount of revenue. So Ethiopian Airlines in 2024 managed to carry 19 million passengers across different cities in the world, while on the same angle, Kenya Airways only managed 5.23 million. This is almost 4 times bigger. In terms of revenue, 2024, Ethiopia managed a $7.6 billion revenue compared to Kenya Airways, which was partly $1.45 billion. In terms of fleet, Ethiopia has almost twice the size of Kenya Airways, which is over 57 bigger aeroplanes, while Kenya Airways has around 33. Ethiopia takes the lead here. So Addis Ababa is the political heart of Africa and home to the African Union. Nairobi, the business capital of East Africa and the regional innovation hub. So both cities are among Africa's fastest urban economies that are growing very fast. So in terms of history and identity, Addis Ababa was founded in the late 1800s by the Emperor Menelik II and became the seat of the Ethiopian independence. It was never colonized. It's rich in heritage and diplomacy. While on the other hand, Nairobi began as a colonial railway depot in 1899 and grew into a beating heart of Kenya's economy. So Addis Ababa is home to many of Ethiopia's 80-plus ethnic groups. Amharic is the main language, but you will also hear Oromo, Tigrinya, as well as English in international cycles. On the other hand, Nairobi reflects Kenya's diversity. Swahili and English dominates, and almost every Kenyan tribe has a presence here in the city of Nairobi. Both cities buzz with youthful energy and growing diaspora communities. So let us go to the metrics of economy and jobs. Addis Ababa is Ethiopia's economic core, driven by government institutions, manufacturing, and international organizations like the African Union and UNECA. Nairobi, on the other hand, leads East Africa's private sector with thriving banking, logistics, tourism, and also it has a booming Silicon Savannah tech scene. Nairobi houses more than 300 major multinational companies, including Google, Microsoft, and Visa Africa headquarters. While on the other hand, Addis Ababa hosts over 100 international NGOs and diplomatic missions. In terms of labor force, Ethiopia has over 61 million people, while Kenya has over 23.7 million people. In Kenya, agriculture accounts for around 54%, and Ethiopia, agriculture accounts for around 72.7%. Industry, Kenya is 8%, while in Ethiopia is 7.4%. Service industry is big in Kenya at 38%, while in Ethiopia is 19.9%. So in Kenya, main industries include consumer goods, which is plastic, furniture, batteries, textile, clothing, soap, cigarettes, flour, confectionery, pharmaceuticals, agricultural products, horticulture, oil refining, aluminium, steel, lead, cement, commercial ship repair, tourism, and information technology. While on the other hand, in Ethiopia is food processing, beverages, textile, leather, chemicals, metal processing, and cement. In terms of export, as of 2022, Kenya exported around $13.9 billion and Ethiopia exported around $10.79 billion. Key export commodities in Kenya include tea, horticultural products, coffee, petroleum products, fish, cement, and apparels. While on the other side, Ethiopia key export commodities include coffee, cat, gold, leather product, live animals, and oil seeds. The number one export partner for Kenya is Uganda, accounting for around 14% of total export. While for Ethiopia, the number one export is United States, accounting for 12.3% of the total export. Kenya's second export partner is Pakistan, 8%, followed by United States, 8%, then Netherlands, 8%, then United Kingdom, around 7%. While on the other side, in Ethiopia, as I said, United States is the leading, 12.3%, China, 10.1%, United Arab Emirates, which is around 7.9%, and then Saudi Arabia at 7.6%. I would also like to mention that both countries import way more than they do export. The import volume for Kenya was $24.4 billion. So in 2022, Kenya imported goods worth $24.4 billion, while in Ethiopia, they imported goods worth $22.9 billion. Some of the key imported items in Kenya include machinery and transportation equipment, oil, petroleum products, motor vehicle, iron and steel, resin and plastics. While in Ethiopia, key import products include machinery, aircraft, metals and metal products, electrical materials, petroleum products, motor vehicle, chemical and fertilizer. So most of these countries are still in the primary base of manufacturing. I would say among the top 10 major economies in Africa, it's only Kenya and Ethiopia, only two countries in the top 10 list, do not have minerals as its key component in terms of export. So main import partners for Kenya is China at 27%, the same in Ethiopia at 26.4%. So in Kenya, the other key partners include India, United Arab Emirates, Japan, Saudi Arabia. While in Ethiopia, China, Djibouti, that is the key port currently Ethiopia uses. There's a lot of Ethiopia is really looking out at diversifying that, and that's why there was an issue with Somalia and Somaliland, as well as they're planning to use Kenya as well. Then you have India after Djibouti, then Kuwait. That's very interesting. In terms of gross external debt, Kenya has an external debt of $41.5 billion, and this is as of 2025, representing around 30% of total debt that we currently have. Ethiopia has quite higher debt, amounting to around $52.2 billion, represent around 44.5% of the total debt Ethiopia owes. According to Number and Living Cost Organization, Addis Ababa is around 46% more expensive than Nairobi overall. For a good middle class, cost of rent will be about $1,290 USD, while on the other hand, Nairobi ranges between $810 USD. Grocery and imported goods cost more in Addis Ababa, while Nairobi's middle class lifestyle and entertainment are pricier in the long run. The next metric is transport and commute. Addis Ababa runs on a minibus network and a growing light railway system, Africa's first of its kind. But congestion is rising fast and car ownership is also growing. While on the other hand, Nairobi traffic is legendary, yet improving, with an average of 30 minutes longer in the rush hour. Both capitals are transforming fast. Addis Ababa is seeing a major road, housing and airport expansion. So Bola International Airport now handles over 13 million passengers yearly, while Nairobi's skyline is dotted with new towers and its expressway and digital infrastructure lead the region. In Addis Ababa, developments like Lideta, Bole and Ayat attracts the middle class. Housing is expensive relative to income. In Nairobi, neighborhoods like Kilimani, Karen, Runda, and Westlands blend local and expat lifestyle. A one-bedroom apartment in city center in Addis Ababa would range from around $600 USD to around $800 USD a month, while in Nairobi is $400 to $600 a month. Also to share on is on the food and street life. Addis Ababa runs on coffee and injera. The city daily rhythm is punctuated by the smell of freshly roasted beans and sizzling water. Nairobi, on the other hand, lives on nyama choma, chapati, and street cafes. Global flavors meet local spices. Both have exploding cafe culture and night life scenes. Addis Ababa is the birthplace of Etho jazz. Its cultural depth runs deep through music and art. Nairobi pulses with concert, galleries, and creative collectives redefining African urban culture. Whether it's Addis cultural history or Nairobi creative energy, both cities are live after dark. Both cities are relatively safe with normal urban precaution. Avoid flashy valuables and use registered taxis. Petty theft happens in crowded areas. Addis is calmer after dark. Nairobi has safer and less safer zone depending on the neighborhood. In Addis, the National Museum, home of Lucy, the world's oldest hominid skeleton, and Toto Hills, Mount Yeka, and traditional coffee tours draws visitors year-round. Nairobi dazzles with Nairobi National Park, Giraffe Center, Karen Blixen, and a safari adventure just 15 minutes from downtown. So top 3 must-see spots in each city. So Addis Ababa AU headquarters, National Museum, coffee tours. While in Nairobi is the National Park, Giraffe Center, and Karen Blixen. If you crave for deep history and diplomacy and authentic coffee culture, go for Addis Ababa. If you love energy, innovation, nightlife, and opportunities, Nairobi is your playground. Both cities are shaping Africa's next chapter in their own way. just two giants pushing East Africa forward. So which city will you choose? Comment below, hit like, and subscribe for more African city face-off. So let me know if you would love to type of content, and I'll be at your service. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also support the channel, guys. We need to travel more areas. Support the channel in different way. You can use the Mpesa on the description box. Be a channel member. So in whatever way that works for you, please don't forget to support the channel so that we can keep bringing you more and more of such. We can keep bringing you more and more of such content. Thank you, guys, and have a good time wherever you are. Peace out.